Hey guys, Howard here with yet another Tommy Bolin tune. It's kind of cool that you guys have been checking out the Tommy Bolin lessons. A lot of people don't know who he is, surprisingly so. But of course, he was a wonderful player. And I'm going to take a look at The Grind, the opening track from his teaser album. And once again, as I've mentioned in previous tutorials on his stuff, when it came to his solo albums, and I'm sure you've heard them, that's probably why you're here, as well as his work with Deep Purple, the Come Taste the Band album, he just layers in guitars. You can have three, four, five, six guitars popping in and out of the mix at any time. And The Grind is certainly no exception to that. He's got slide guitars doing screams and squelches, little lead licks popping in and out. But what I'm going to try to do with this is just show you how to play the song, and I'll talk about some different ways you can play a couple of different things. But for the most part, I'm just going to lay out the song, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. All right, let's get right into the first riff, the first lick. I kind of slide into this stuff. Feel free to do that. The tab's up on the screen, but I'll go ahead and play it really slow for you. Now, when you listen to the recording, you'll hear Tommy play a lot of like what I call pickup notes or even grace notes coming off of a couple of different strings. So feel free to add those little bits in there if you like that. But the actual riff itself is obviously just... But by adding those little pickup notes, it sounds pretty cool. And as is always the case with Tommy, it's just go for it kind of attitude, okay? Now, when you come off of the main riff on the intro, we get into a cool little funk groove, very typical of Tommy. And this is actually a G9 chord. So he's doing a lot of half-step sliding, and he's just grooving along. And again, if you listen to the part, it's not like he's playing it the exact same way every time. In fact, he's doing the exact opposite, okay? So he just kind of slides into the chord. Just stuff like that. You just want to get into that pocket, that little groove that he's got going. And so for the ascending riff right there, he comes right off of the root note, the G, G sharp, which takes him to the B flat boogie part. And this is actually played an octave higher than what you might expect it. Instead of this. He plays it an octave higher and he decorates quite a bit. Now that stuff that I'm tossing in right there is just, those are just ad-libs on my part in the same flavor and very reminiscent of what he did on the recording. And again, there's so much going on in this particular section that it's hard to hear exactly what the rhythm guitar is mostly playing, but it's that kind of thing, right? He climbs up the fretboard. We grab a power chord shape. With a little hammer on there, reaching to the 12th fret with the pinky. So it's, and then we add an E flat power chord at the 6th fret on the A string and the D string. And you can hear on the recording some cool little things that he tosses in there, very Tommy Bolin. I'll play that slow, you can see it on the tab. Now that's the riff that I've notated for you in the tab, but you could see from the little performance at the head of the video that I just kind of mosh it up a little bit, you know, because that's obviously what he's doing. He's just kind of going for it. That's his style. So when you hit the E flat chord, feel free to just mess with that a little bit. Just stuff like that, whatever you can think of to kind of make it a little bit different each time, okay? And then when you come off the tail end of that, it's that exact same lick that he played before, the ascending line, just in reverse. We start at the 6th fret. And then we're right back to the main riff, of course, but he's playing it an octave higher. You probably get the idea there. And then at the tail end of the second chorus, we go to the bridge, okay? So the tail end of the second chorus is played like this. So what he does is he completes the E flat chord, the return to the E flat chord on that 4th go around. And then jump off into the bridge, okay? So the bridge is a G minor, full 6-string chord. And then we go to an F, again, full. And then E flat off of the A string. B flat off of the A string, and then F. And what I like to do is just sweep across the chord so you hear the full tonality of the chord, and then just kind of chug those bass notes of the chord. back into the chorus, complete with the climb up. So the chorus goes 4 full cycles of those 4 chords, the full set played 4 times through, and then you kind of wind up on the F chord and you just kind of build it, kind of grind it up. Right back into the chorus, and then they just jam out with who knows how many guitars bopping in and out of the mix, but that's Tommy Bolin for you. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this kind of quickie lesson, and we'll see you real soon.